Hey, my name is Caden. I've just been installing this turbo kit on my '01 Camaro and realized there aren't too many videos just kind of showing how this all goes. So I figured I'd make one, myself and kind of go over the issues I ran into and how you can get through those if you're looking at a On3 turbo kit for your '01, like 98 through '02 Camaro. I have the On3 78-75 millimeter turbo sitting on here. This is from what they told me, one of the bigger ones that you can get on there, and I'd argue that's correct because it's not as bad now, but earlier I had some really tight clearance. You can actually see where in testing, trying to get the turbo all clocked, where it's scraped on the water pump. So I wouldn't go too much bigger than a 78-75. Ultimately, reach out to On3 and they can help you out there. I've actually have to have my turbo center clocked slightly off from straight up and down. That was at the advice of On3 because, excuse the mess, I'm in the process of building this. For the oil drain, they have you do a gravity feed, which you can see right there. They give you this 90, which can swivel. Right now it can't because it's locked in place. And then they give you a 45 right here that hooks up to a slip lock for a 5/8 hose for the drain, which runs through here down to the drain back there. But one of the main issues I'm running into on this, sorry I keep going back and forth, but the issue I'm running into on this is, as you can see, it's actually hitting on the up pipe right there. My goal to help that is to put some heat shielding around it to hopefully keep it from melting that. But that is one of the biggest issues I've ran into on this, just due to how they want you to run it. If this doesn't work how I'd like it to, I'll probably end up going with a scavenge pump to keep it from having issues with just the gravity feed that they give you. I have had to clock this turbo center section and this impeller side of it multiple times to get it to fit like this. It was a pain. And you can kind of see the bracket over there that you can see better on this side. This bracket that was actually made from my starter, because my starter had a support on the back of it. The new one doesn't, but it actually worked great to keep the harmonic balancer from contacting the hose, because yeah, it was definitely hitting on there. But in regards to where they hook up down here, you can see the On3 billet plate there for the feed. I kind of have it looped because they give you a lot of line. It's actually more than you really need, but it's nice to have a little bit more. But in that case, I found that to kind of be the best way to keep it from hitting the turbo and exhaust over there. And plus, the pictures they sent to show kind of how they have this all ran have that the same way. But I got the drain drilled in about a inch under the top of the oil pan there. That's you want to make sure when you drill that you do your best to keep the metal shavings out of the oil. Actually, I have the drain plug pulled because I was flushing oil out of it after doing that. I actually didn't get too much metal out of it. But for that, you'll need a 37/64 drill bit and a 3/8 NPT tap, which the tap wasn't too bad to get, but that 37/64 drill bit I had to go to a few stores to get. Ace's Hardware is where I went to get this one, and it worked great. You start, obviously you start with a little one to get your starter hole, and then work your way up to it, and it just happened to went in. Now, my fit was, I think I went a little too far on there with the taper and the tap, as it's a little, it's not loose fitting, but So it was a little looser than I'd liked, so I ended up putting some RTV on the threads, which is actually what they recommend anyway, to keep it from leaking, to get a little bit tighter of a fit as well as seal it so it doesn't leak. But you can see the fitting a little better now. It's just a push lock AN line, just a normal rubber hose line, but you can see it goes, I mean, it's a tight fitting kit. I've definitely had some issues here and there. I got to make some brackets to keep my lines from hitting the pipes as well as the heat shield over there, but so far to this point, I mean, the actual kit itself has bolted up pretty good. The biggest issues I've had were with the turbo itself, just getting it so that it fits, because as well as being tight there, actually in one of the clockings had to grind that, it's not focusing, I had to grind that tang a little bit so it wouldn't hit. I actually did that down here on, come on, focus. You can see that bolt right there above the fitting. That one I had to grind a lot, and it still wasn't enough. It's actually still hitting right now. That's why I can't clock it any better than it is, because right now it's actually in line with the exhaust, but the fittings they sent, the rubber couplers, give me enough room that I can move it, so I can pull it away from that exhaust and still be where I need to. If not, you know, if it gives me issues, I'll go through the whole reclocking process on this and get it all done. But I'm confident I'll be able to get that fixed. The wastegate, you know, this assembly went on really easily. They have a little fire ring in here, so you actually have to push these together at the same time while you slip that on. It's a little bit of an issue. I mean, not hard, but it was definitely not the easiest, because you got to hold pressure on it while you're trying to slip that on there. But it went in. This actually has a 7-pound wastegate in it, or a 7-pound spring, so it's a 3-pound spring and a 4-pound spring together, making it 7 pounds. I'm actually going to go in and change that to a 3-pound, just because that's my tuner's recommendation for now. I mean, we just got done building this. This is a 383 stroker engine. It's the stock LS1 that's been bored 5 over and has a 4-inch stroke crank from, or actually a rotating assembly from Cali's Compstar. And we actually built that over on Mark's Racing Engines channel. He's a buddy of mine who helped me build this engine. We got some AFR heads on there, and we have some Harlan Sharp rocker arms, and you know, all the nice stuff in here. And that's why we have the spacers there, because the Harlan Sharps don't fit on a stock valve cover. But you can go over to Mark's Racing Engines and see that channel, or see that build. I'm sure he's going to be coming out with that video soon. But just wanted to just kind of show it off, because I didn't see many videos showing the issues. But yeah, so far it's a good fitting kit. Just like I said, biggest issues have been with turbo fitment, just due to how big it is in this small spot. I do have the whole front assembly out, because I've actually found that it's a lot easier, because I was again putting the engine in it as well, so I pulled the front assembly out of it, the front subframe, and man, I couldn't imagine doing it in the vehicle. I mean, just with the issues I've had with that turbo fitting against that water pump, and with this drain tube setup, it would be nearly, I wouldn't say nearly impossible, but it would be a lot harder. But I'll put some more updates on here as I get this proceeded, you know, as I get this going, because it's definitely interesting build. And yes, anyone who knows this platform knows there's an alternator that's supposed to go right there. This kit actually moves it up over here, rather than down here. So that's why I have those wires ran, and I've used my pulley here to kind of get an idea of where the belt's gonna go. And while it's gonna be close, that's just a prototype bracket. I'm gonna make a nicer bracket that actually spans over to that hole right there and holds it all together so that that doesn't spin into it. But much to come, and I'll keep y'all updated. Bye.